Hey everybody, it's the Scholar General Mo Jianbing. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than many of my recent videos, and that's because I have made a very big move. I've actually moved from the United States to China, and there's a lot of reasons why I moved. It has to do with, my career and family and many other things, including the channel. And what I really want to talk about today is what changes this can bring to the channel and some exciting things for the future. Since I moved to China, there are going to be some things which are harder for me to do and other things which are easier for me to do. And on the harder list, the main thing is test cutting. So it's going to be hard to review a bunch of sharp swords and do a bunch of test cutting because getting sharp swords in China is possible. It's just very difficult, and it's not something that I'm currently prepared to mess with legally. So maybe in the future I might look into that, but probably won't be reviewing a bunch of sharp weapons anytime soon. So one advantage to being here in China is that it's much easier to find people who practice Chinese martial arts and Chinese sword arts in general. Now, when I was in the States, I met up with Jeremy as often as I could. Unfortunately, he lived pretty far away from me, so we couldn't meet up very frequently, as frequently as I would have liked. However, because I'm currently in China, Chinese martial arts are still not like mainstream culture in China, but they are much more popular in China than in many other parts of the world. So I'll be able to meet up with people and practice, and that includes sparring. There are HEMA clubs in China, and most of them also have people who practice Chinese weapons there. So in the future, I'm planning on doing some more content with sparring and practical applications of some of these techniques. Besides this, I'm also planning on going to some museums and looking at a bunch of antique weapons and stuff. So in the United States, antique Chinese weapons they definitely exist. There's quite a few of them in certain specific locations, but if you can't get to those locations, it's a little bit hard. Whereas in China, most local museums or city museums will have a few, and some museums have like tons and tons. So I'll be going to museums, talking to people, that kind of thing. And that will be one avenue of the channel. Another one that I plan on doing is I also can access some historical sites and talk about, some fortresses and stuff like that. I did a little bit of that in one video in the past. But that video is quite old, and I have learned a lot about making videos since then. So I should be able to do it much better now. And it's one interesting avenue of Chinese military history that many people don't talk about much is, locations and famous battles and the layout of fortresses and stuff like that. And this will be an opportunity to see it firsthand. Aside from telling you all of you guys that, about these changes coming to the channel, how I won't be making as many reviews of sharp weapons as I was before, but I'll still be doing all this martial arts applications and, all this other stuff. I wanted to have a Q&A here. So what I want to do is, in the comments down below, leave some questions that, you'd like me to answer. And if it's really big and complicated, that might require a whole different video. But if it's just you want to get my opinion or some kind of basic question about Chinese history and martial arts or something, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll make a follow-up video where I go through a bunch of those questions and answer them. Knowing my audience, I know you guys are going to ask some super interesting, thought-provoking questions, and it's going to send me down all these rabbit holes and into these new projects that I, just add on to the large list of projects I have going on all at once. But I'm super excited just to see what you guys, want to ask and have opinions on. And I just really appreciate my audience, and I'm looking forward to what this move will bring and new things I can add to the channel. And as always, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to stay sharp.